Good evening. Tonight we speak to the world with the gravest of pleas. We must warn you, the truth about the Thailand-Cambodian conflict is not what you have been told. You know Thailand as the land of smiles, but we're here tonight to ask you to look past that facade because the smile hides a brutal, aggressive military regime that has declared war on the very concept of peace. I want to clarify that we're not here to hate the Thai people or any other nationality, as I'm sure there are many people that would love to just mind their own business, not get involved in politics. But there is an aggressive and brutal military regime that does not care about the concept of peace. So we ask you to join us in holding Thailand accountable for a systematic, violent campaign of political betrayal and criminal inhumanity that threatens to consume our very region here. There was a peace agreement. There was a peace agreement between Cambodia and Thailand. Some people have even gone as far to say as the peace agreement is dead, and the evidence of the murder of this peace agreement is the blood spilled on Cambodia's border and the sheer brutality inflicted upon Cambodia's most vulnerable. Let's see. Days ago, Thai forces launched an unprovoked attack on Cambodian civilians in Praychan village, Bantimanche province, right there on the Cambodia-Thai border. They fired live ammunition into a civilian community. The unprovoked attack. Many of the victims are here in Phnom Penh as we speak at Kalamet Hospital, at the government hospital. Also resulted in one innocent Cambodian civilian being murdered, 3 others seriously wounded. The wound is fresh and the cost is also the immediate evacuation of hundreds of families, thousands of people running from the gunfire, from their homes. Their village is somewhat of a ghost town now, with people not daring to live there because the neighboring country's military have been firing indiscriminately on civilians. And what parent, what mother, what father would want to raise their children in such a situation? Join us in calling for accountability. But I also want to point out that this type of lawlessness, it extends far beyond even the borderline. I'm very troubled to bring you news tonight that we can confirm that the Cambodian Ministry of Interior has launched an urgent investigation into the horrific case of a young Cambodian migrant worker who was attacked, gang raped, and severely beaten by a group of Thai soldiers while in Thailand. There were several Cambodian migrant workers. They had been working in Thailand. They were traveling back to Cambodia. They wanted to come home. They wanted to get out of this racist situation in Thailand. On their way back, they were stopped. And the men were separated into one group. And the young young adult woman that was one of the migrant workers was brought to another group, was attacked, gang raped, and severely beaten by a group of Thai soldiers, while the young men were also very violently beaten, with many of them losing consciousness and having severe wounds because of these beatings. What is this all about? This is the latest example in a vicious pattern where, listen carefully, the Thai military and the police act with impunity, subjecting Cambodian migrant workers to extortion, beatings, and severe human rights abuses. The sheer depravity, of course, is unconscionable. Thailand's military is simultaneously murdering civilians on the border and allowing its soldiers to commit sexual violence and beatings against unarmed workers. This has nothing to do with a dispute. It is systematic criminality that the world must not ignore. So we appeal to you, wherever you are in the world, to look past the smiles and see the systematic corruption of law. Thailand has broken every treaty and rejected every principle that all of us, we hold sacred. Thailand has unilaterally ordered the suspension of the Kuala Lumpur Peace Accord, citing a landmine incident as a cynical pretext. They tore up the U.S.-backed agreement the moment that it demanded accountability. The betrayal immediately halted the release of our 18 captured soldiers. Samdech Dacho Hun Sen has spoken with profound concern, warning that he believes that Thailand has no intention of ever returning these 18 hostages. These men are being used as political prisoners in violation of the Geneva Conventions. It's very concerning. The well-being of these 18 soldiers is very concerning. Are they still alive? What type of condition are they in? Logic would say that there's a high chance that Thailand continues to delay the return of these soldiers because these 18 soldiers have a story to tell. They might even have physical wounding stories, mental wounding stories to be told upon returning to Cambodia, and this would obviously put Thailand in a bad light. Why have they not been returned? They're of course being used as political bargaining chips, but maybe there's even more to this story. It's very concerning. I want to point out that the chaos in Thailand is fueled by internal rot. It's fueled by a collapsing political system rooted in pride and racism. You ever remember that saying where they say, what do they say? Pride goes before a fall. It seems like politics in Thailand are collapsing by the day, by the moment. Maybe it is that saying that says pride goes before a fall, because it seems like their political system is now rooted in this pride as well as racism. Thailand has long stood on a pedestal of perceived superiority. We're more civilized. How could we be wrong? How could we make mistakes? We're more modern. We're more developed. This perceived superiority. But their systematic failure, the military dominance, the rejection of the International Court of Justice, the abuse of diplomatic agreements, proves that their self-proclaimed sophistication is a sham. Their pride and inherent racism toward Cambodian people is what drives this lawlessness. This chaos is self-destructive. The military-driven conflict has caused massive economic losses for Thai businesses, damaging trade valued in the billions. And it's exposed their economy's reliance on the very Cambodian workers that they brutalize. So, here in Cambodia, we're fighting for the rule of law. We demand accountability because Cambodia's national security depends on you, the world, recognizing this truth. We reiterate Prime Minister's call, Prime Minister Hun Manit's call for an independent foreign-led investigation into the murder and injury of our civilians in Praychan village. Our Minister of Interior is preparing to file international complaints against Thailand for its severe human rights abuses and breaches of treaty and law. We appeal directly to the international community, wherever you are. Compel Thailand to submit an impartial international probe into the murder of our civilian. The United States and Malaysia must use their leverage to demand the prompt and unconditional release of the 18 Cambodian soldiers now. We ask you to join us in demanding that Thailand cease all military hostilities and hold its armed forces accountable for the brutalization and rape of our migrant workers. The world must stop seeing just the land of smiles and must start seeing the aggressor. We need you to demand that Thailand honor the law. While there may be good things and bad things in every society, but when the leadership of a society decides that the rule of law is no longer necessary, it becomes a very dangerous regime. So maybe for the sake of even people living in Thailand, for the sake of the region, and for the sake of Cambodia, join us in saying that Thailand must honor the law. Or, if not, unfortunately, there's a likelihood that they would face the consequences of its spectacular and devastating fall into pride and into racism. That's all for tonight. We thank you for joining us. We'll bring you more news here shortly. Good night from Phnom Penh.
Troryorng នាំសារពិតគ្រប់ទីកន្លែង